Hey friends, welcome back to the homestead. It is going to be a hot one today. They're calling for a heat advisory, so I'm trying to get all of my chores done this morning before I start to melt. Yeah. So I went ahead and fed all the chickens and got the garden weeded and watered and got all that taken care of. There's my homeschooling coming out again. But went over and checked on the bees, and it looks like we've got a lot of activity on both of the hives. So I have reason to believe that both are very healthy. Both are established with a queen. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get these frames prepared so that we can put them in the new hive. When I picked these up from my bee supply store just down the road, I noticed that they look a little bit different, and you may too. There's no backing here, there's no comb, there's no anything. And the bees actually build out all of the comb for the brood and for the honey and storage, but what helps them do that in a manner that makes it easier for us to check on them and to harvest honey is if we put a foundation in there for them so that they can build on that foundation. So that's what we're going to do. I had no idea that this was a part of the process until I went down there and talked to my bee supply person, but she told me how to do it, and it's actually a fairly simple process. So I figured if I didn't know how to do it, you guys might not know how to do it either, so we'll do this together. Let me show you what we're going to be doing here. Alright, so here we have some empty frames. There's 6 of them here. We're going to have 8 frames total that we're going to put in our hive box. And these are a couple of frames that I've already done, so this is what they're going to look like once we're finished. And this is just a membrane that they can build. It's a little bit textured, has that kind of honeycomb look, but they can build their honeycomb off of this and just kind of build it out to where they're able to have a nice happy hive, and it'll keep it all flat and separated so that when we pull it out, it's not ripping apart all of the other comb that's attached to it. So that's the idea. That's what we're going to look like. These are just copper wires to kind of give it some rigidity and some strength. And then, as you can see on this one, there's just a small slit in the bottom there that it slides into, and then on the top. But here's a little secret. You see where this is perforated? That's actually going to pop out. Let me show you how that's done. We're just going to go right along the edge of this and push it out. There's just a small little bit of wood that's holding it together, and then it'll just break right off. And then it slides out just like that. And so we're going to save that because we got to put that back on once we put the membrane in there. Alright, now what we do is grab our foundation, and be careful because these are rather fragile, and especially with it being so warm, they tend to be a little melty, I have found. So mine are separated with this nice piece of paper, which makes it a little bit easier to pick them apart. And see, that's the little wire. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little piece of copper wire. It kind of helps to add some rigidity, and it kind of fell out of one of them. Alright, now we're going to take and we're going to slide this in to that bottom slot, and then all of our little copper wires are turned out, and those are going to point out away from the little ledge. Slide in there carefully. Almost there. Got that end on. I don't know what this stuff is made of. I assume it's some kind of wax. It feels a lot like wax, or kind of like a gummy consistency. Just, it's not sticky, but it does have some grip to it. So that'll just slide in right there. You can see all of our little wires are sticking up right there. And now this is where we need that little stick that we broke off before. And what I've been doing is just turn it around, because you've got that little lip, and sliding it right in over top of that, pushing, like kind of pinching the foundation up against the edge, and then pushing it all the way down. And now the last thing that we need to do is just get some little wire nails. I'm using number 18 5/8 inch smooth shank wire nails, and these will just tack into that little piece of wood there just to make sure it stays secure and holds everything in place like it's supposed to. And then you can use whatever hammer you've got. I've got this very small-headed hammer that my daughter gave to me for Christmas one year once we started blacksmithing because she thought it was cool. I've never had another use for it apart from very, very small nails. And there we have it, a fully built frame with foundation that we can put in our new hive box. That way our bees have an opportunity and a space to grow, and they don't get all cramped up in the spot where they're at and want to move out. So now we've got 3 of these built, got to do 5 more, and then we'll go take a look at our bees and see if we can introduce these new frames in there, and hopefully they'll find it quite enjoyable. But that's about all the time that I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. If you found this video informative or entertaining in any way, please hit the thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, feel free to subscribe and see a lot more of what we've got going on here on the homestead. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.